the energy?
Unbelievable.
That's what I want to hear. Come on, say it. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Loudly.
Unbelievable.
You know why it's good? It works both ways, whether you have a good day or a bad day. It's unbelievable, right? So I'm going to talk about a system on making the biggest 90-day leap. This is a system that I have used to scale companies flawlessly, exponentially in 1 year. So when you want to grow 2x, 5x, 10x, you're not thinking like 10%, 20% linear growth. You want to grow, this is the system, and I'm going to walk you through that system today. You're going to walk out with a plan, a written plan to make the biggest 90-day leap. How does that sound? Awesome? Good, good. There we go. Good, good, good. So first I would like to know from the audience, if somebody moving the slides.
You see.
Is this the slides?
Close the curtains over here too. It's going to affect your videotaping, so that's the other thing.
You gonna control?
There you go. Thank you, Eric.
Hey, I'm just here to solve problems. That's it. That's why they pay me the big bucks, you know?
So raise your hand if you worry about uncertainty
There
in
you
your
go.
business.
Thank you.
Come on, raise your hand. Let me see a show of hands. How many people are concerned about it? You worry about, keep your hand up. Don't put it down yet. Worry about competition in your business. How many of you guys worry about competition? Nowhere. Compliance issues, regulations, government, all of that? Okay, good. How many of you would love to get free money to grow to the next level? Achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year and get the government to pay for it? All right, cool. So that's what I do. That's how I make pioneers, by helping you achieve a 3-year goal that's tied to your 25-year vision. So, that's one of the things. I'd love to build a killer brand presence. Okay? That's one of the things we talk about, operational excellence, customer service, and get a system to scale your business. That's what we talk about today. Now, compared to other presenters and other presentations you might have, I want you on your phone. Go to this link, and this is a link where I have custom designed your plan, your customized plan. That when you are done with this, when I'm done speaking, you will actually have a written plan to walk away that will come in your inbox immediately. So please go to this, scan the QR code, or go to this link, and it's systematically structured with every slide that I'm speaking about and questions that it's going to ask you, so you can write down the answers and you will have a customized plan before I'm done. How about that? Sound like a good deal? Okay. So, my purpose, my mission is my family. I've been married.
Sorry, can you go back to that?
Okay, sure.
It wasn't working with QR code.
Yeah, mine wasn't either.
Just go to this link, bit.ly, your biggest 90-day leap. Working? Okay. Everybody got it? Make sure the L is capital, 90-day leap is capital. L. Got it? Maxwell? I just wanted to keep this. All right, so my mission, my purpose, my family is behind it. And one of the questions that was asked earlier, how do you get your family on board when you're working so hard? The most important part is integration. They're integrated into your vision, your purpose, and your mission. My entire family is integrated in what I do. They support me. And I also support, and I take our time. I've taken long vacations, month-long vacations, 2 months vacations, even longer than that. And they know that when I make time, I'm completely disconnected from work. So they know that when Dad is going to make time, it's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great vacation. Let him work right now, so we can get all the money to enjoy. So they know, Okay, so that's integration. I've been married 26 years now with 2 great kids and a doodle, and it makes me go forward. A little bit about me. I came to this country 25 years ago with empty pockets, worked 5 jobs to pay my own out-of-state tuition, 5 jobs to pay own out-of-state tuition, and graduated with more than 20K in savings. All the companies wanted to hire me because they were surprised. How can a guy who has no money come to the US, is in debt, and graduates with savings instead of debt? So all my debt was paid off by the time I graduated. That's why the financial services companies wanted to hire me. They couldn't figure this out themselves, so they wanted to hire me and work. So that's where I started my own business. I was the number 1 in the company with Northwestern Mutual, rookie agent. And after I graduated, I decided to work for no one. I decided to help entrepreneurs, and I've been helping entrepreneurs ever since. So I've helped more than 1,000 entrepreneurs scale their business, take their wealth to the next level. And I've written 14 books. It's not an easy task to write that many books, right? So it's a whole book series on becoming a pioneer and achieving your 3-year goal in 1 year. I developed more than 200 thinking tools, webinars, workshops. So you can get a lot of me without me having to spend time with you. And it comes with, very little money out of pocket as well. 14 books, and today if you want to get the books, if you're Kindle readers, you can get all 5 books for free. And it's also in the link. If you got the link, everything is on there. So all the slides, all the information, you don't have to take notes, everything is programmed. That's why I told you, if you go to that link, everything is structured for you. So you just have everything, and you will have a 90-day plan once you're done. Okay. So what's a pioneer? Why a pioneer? Pioneers are unique. They're the only ones who make happen, what they do. There's nobody else who does what they do. And that's the only way. Trust me, I've been in business and helping every single business. And this is the only way for you to sustain scalability. If you want to grow and scale, there is no other way than being unique. If you are the only one, you can scale and grow. But if there is someone else who does what you do, you can't scale. I'm not a coach, I'm not a funder, I'm not a consultant, but I've been given a title. I'm not a management consultant, but people have called me there. I'm not a therapist, but people have called me that. I'm an accelerator. I'm the business accelerator. So I take businesses to the next level every quarter. Who does that? Nobody else. Who gets the government to pay for it? Nobody else. So that's what I do. So find a niche and become the only one. That's a pioneer. So I have the whole Pioneers book series. You excel faster than your own imagination. You break the traditional thinking. I'm not here to fit a square peg in a round hole. I don't have a package to sell. Okay? But what I do have is a customized plan that will get you to the next level. That's what I have. So, you compete effectively. So that's what a pioneer is. And a pioneer always focuses on exponential growth. You don't think linear. Now let me ask you a question. If you take a piece of paper, just a regular 8.5 by 11 paper, okay, and you keep folding it, and you just fold it exponentially. First time you fold it half, then you fold it 4 times. How long of a fold it will go up to? Can anyone tell me? Yes? Go ahead.
7 times.
No, you're wrong. It will go all the way to the sun. It multiplies. Take 2, 4, 6, 16. You can visualize folding that paper so many times. But if you fold that many times and you grow exponentially, the height of it will scale faster than you can imagine. Similarly, if you take your multiple, you can't think about it. You can't imagine that, right? You can't even visualize that. How is that possible? It is possible. If you take 2x growth and you multiply, you can go around the earth a whole trip. So that is how faster is exponential growth. I have a Pioneer Club for $1, just about 99 cents. So if you buy the books today, you join the club for free. Okay, and not only that, you get to join the workshop and you get a scorecard, and that will help you. It's like a fitness scorecard, and I'm going to show you. One of the biggest mistakes business owners make when they want to make this leap. I want you all to stand up. Can you please stand up? I'll show you the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make when they want to leap. And you're going to see that right now, a demo of it. All right, everybody standing up? Come on. I need everybody's participation, 100%. All right, try jump. All right. So this is the mistake entrepreneurs make. You all can sit down now. You try to jump standing up. How far would you go? How far would you go when you try to jump standing up? Tell me. Not too far, right? Not too high. Not long enough. Now, when you take 20 to 30 steps backwards and you run up to a point and then you try to jump, would you go long enough? If you take those 20 to 30 steps backward and you had a strong lever, would you jump high enough? Right? So that's what you need. Now, if you're not fit to run those 20 to 30 yards, will you be able to run to the point in a fit way? No, right? So I have a fitness test that you can get today for free if you get all the books. And that fitness test will help you discover all the gaps in your business. And it will help you make that leap, that 90-day leap. You can get the fitness scorecard today with all the books. And you also get to get the workshop at no cost. And there are 5 stages I'm going to walk you through. And every business has 12 functions, whether you like it or not. God, when you tell God, I want to be a business owner, I want to be an entrepreneur, God says, great, here's your responsibilities. Whether you like it or not. So I'm going to talk about those 12 functions. And I'm going to talk about how you discover the gaps in each and how you make the biggest 90-day leap. So the first stage, resolve your biggest challenge or frustration. Your challenge or frustration is not your stress, it's your gold. Because that's where you find the raw materials to make a finished product. Remember a factory? What's the first thing they have? Raw material, right? Then they convert that into a manufacturing system, right? And then you get a finished product. But you gotta start with the raw materials, right? You can't start without the raw materials. So how do you, as a business owner, know what are your raw materials? The raw materials is right here. That's where it is. So, it could be employees, operations, marketing, time in the business, plenty of things. There's plenty of things that you may see. Sales, technology, profitability, partners, all of that stuff. Customer service. I'll tell you a good story of yesterday about customer service. I was staying here at the Hilton. I went for breakfast, which was late, and they were closed. And, they didn't have any. I'm a vegetarian, and I love egg whites. And, I said, can I get this? And say, it's not in the menu, but we'll make it for you. It was an hour after they were closed. It was so good, I ordered another one. So that's customer service, that you're going above and beyond what's needed to get things done. So the most important part is your business is not what you think you want, it's what your customers want. And adjusting to that, and making it customized for them, and going the extra mile. That also makes you a pioneer. Would you guys agree? That extra mile, because there's no traffic in the extra mile. Have you ever seen a traffic in the extra mile? When I say that, for example, if you drive at 6 a.m. in the morning, or 5:30 a.m. in the morning, or 7 a.m. in the morning, do you see traffic? And it's a different city, maybe. All right, so there are 3 links, and all of this is in the link. If you went to the first link, the biggest 90-day leap, you just pick one. So there's 3 ways you can resolve the biggest challenge or frustration. One is you try to do it yourself. You say, I want to do it myself, I want to figure it out myself. Great, I have prepared so many thinking tools, webinars, workshops, there's more than 200 of them. It's all customized, you can pick one which works for you. They start from free all the way up to $5,000. So, you want to start at free? I got things for free. You want to start at different levels? I have that. Then one-on-one, if you want to have one-on-one coaching, planning, consulting, all of that. And you want to see if you can qualify for a grant where I can get your uncle to pay for it? We can do that. or you collaborate with other entrepreneurs, or we have the academy. And I can tell you the academy is the best place because you not only learn from us and the other experts, but you learn from others in the room. And that's the best learning you can get. Trust me, that's better than any expert, any advice, because you learn from people like yourself and the challenges and what they're doing, and that's the best place to learn. So the academy, so as part of you, when you get all the books, you get a free entry into the workshop, the first one, which is like $200, but you get a free entry to the academy workshop. It's going to be held in November, so you can join for that one. Cash flow. How many of you feel cash flow is stressful in business? If you have great cash flow, you feel like in heaven, right? And no cash flow, you feel like hell. This is the most important thing in business. Except for Amazon. They don't care. They can be in the red for their whole life and they'll still make money. But for you guys, cash flow is the most important thing. Right? Would you agree? Everyone agree? Okay. So cash flow, you need to know your numbers. You need to have daily cash flow numbers, weekly, and 90-day numbers. If you don't have these numbers, this is my target for the day. I'll tell you a story of a guy right here in Miami. Everybody heard of Modernizing Medicine? The company? The guy graduated from UM. His daily goal was $5,000 a day. He doesn't sleep until he gets to $5,000 a day. Got the company to $100 million. Just with that one goal. So, have a goal of daily cash flow. Now, the most important things when you have cash flow is cash burn rate and run rate. Burn rate means how fast you're burning your cash reserves. Okay, so if you're burning your cash reserves by, let's say you have $200,000 in your savings or cash reserves, and you're using up that extra buffer of $20K because you're falling short on your goals. In 10 months, you'll be out of cash, out of business. That's your burn rate. Now, you have to figure out how to make that extra 20 in your business, right? So that is the run rate. So how fast is your run rate, and how fast is your burn rate? These are the two most important numbers you need to know in your head. I'm burning my cash by 10%, so if I grow my business by 10%, I will have a runway that will run for life. Just by an extra 10%. Imagine. And it's sustainable. It can keep going. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need that little extra mile. You need to know your burn rate and run rate. Does that make sense? Agree?
Yes.
How many of you feel that, I don't have any money to spend? Come on, be honest, don't worry about it. All right? So, this is how I learned how to make money without money. Cash flow. Easy to remember, right? With a K. Cash flow with a K. K stands for knowledge. You have knowledge. Do you have to pay for it? You have it in your head. Apply it. Applied knowledge is wisdom. If you learned here today and you didn't apply 90% of it, you're not making it ahead. The wise guy applies 90% of what he knows. The smart, the intellectual guy, a professor, may know a lot, but they may only apply 5 to 10%. So apply 92% or more of what you know. Your attitude. Attitude is the only word in English language that totals up to 100. Did you guys know that? Anybody know that? Take each alphabet and assign a number of what it stands from 1 to 26. That's the only word in English language, only one, that totals up to 100. There's no other word. So attitude is very, very important. It determines your altitude in business. S stands for skills. It's not your passion that makes money, it's your skills that makes money. Learn your skill, learn your craft. I have a great grant writing skill that allows me to make 6 figures from each entrepreneur. Okay? So once you master your skill, master your craft, it can turn into dollars and money. But if you follow your passion without direction and craft, you're just chasing willpower. Will is not enough to make money. It will get you somewhere, but not where you want to. H is habits, your daily habits that can turn into money. Number F is the most important part, and this is where almost all business owners fail, many of them, is they don't take things to a finish line. How many of you have things that are open projects and they're not closed? Come on, raise your hand, be honest. See, a bunch of you. So this is the problem, the puzzle. Taking things to a finish line. One thing done equals money, 5 things undone, no money. So do not have things undone. You rather spend 3 hours on a project and take it to a finish line and not do anything else and let it go and then stop everything else. That will turn into money than have 20 things going at once. It's not productive. You're being stupid. Honestly, multitasking is not productive. It's being stupid. There's only 2 things, background tasking and switch tasking. So when you switch from one thing to another, you're just switching from one thing to another, and you're starting back at ground zero. Background tasking is like when you exercise and listen to music or you're driving and talking. That's background tasking, right? So that's finish line, leverage. Leverage what you have and what you can get. This is where also business owners don't leverage. And they only think about leveraging what they have, but not leveraging what they can get. How many of you knew here that government has millions of dollars that they can give you to grow your business to the next level? They do. Only one person raised their hand. So imagine most of you don't know that. So if you could get hands on that money, or I could get you that money, wouldn't it be valuable to help you grow your business? Or you know someone that can get you? So that is the most important piece, is not just leverage what you have, but leverage what you can get. That's L. O is omnipresent. When you're business, you have to be omnipresent in front of everyone, wherever your customers are. Not everyone is your, so if you have everyone and anyone as your customer, you have no one as your customer. So you have to have a specific niche of who your ideal customer is. I'll tell you a quick story. So, Tim Ferriss, how many of you guys know Tim Ferriss? Okay. He wrote his entire books with he started with an essay, it was Who is Joe? So Joe was his, avatar for which he was writing the books. He knew down to a T what Joe wears, like khaki pants and how he ties his laces and white t-shirt. He knew everything about Joe in his mind, and he started writing books for that. So when you start a business, you have to have an avatar. You give that avatar a name, Jerry, Mike, Raphael, whatever. Write a full page essay. I'll tell you one quick story with my client. He's in Harvard MBA, and he learned more from me than he learned at Harvard. And we grew his business exponentially. So they didn't teach you this at Harvard. So we did the same thing, a one-page essay, and his avatar was Diane. And the 2 words, the most important words that came out of that was development psychologist. And he said, if we could get 100 development psychologists, my business will grow 5 times. I gave him a list of 500. So that's another thing we do. We build your database of your dream come true customers. So you target who you want, not everybody. You may only need 500. You may only need 1,000. You may only need 10,000. Whoever your target is, that is the most important. It's not the maximum that matters. It's the minimum viable audience that matters. We all chase the maximum. Give me more, give me more, give me more. How many of you do that? Less is more. So windfall from the government, some basics, ERC. How many of you are familiar with ERC? Employer retention? None of you? Only one? Okay, so you can get up to $26,000 per W-2 employee, up to $2 million. We're the fastest in the nation. You get your checks in 3 months. We submit your claim in 5 days. You get state grants of up to $700,000. And that training new hires, it's called the training grant, but I help you accelerate your 3-year goal in 1 year by taking the 90-day leap. So this is the fitness test, the DOSE business card. It's my own proprietary scorecard. You get it today when you get all the books, and you get invited to the workshop, and the Pioneers Academy. It's a $5,000 value for just buying 6 books. Is that a good deal? How many of you say it's a good deal? Right? Great deal. I'm giving it away because you're here. Okay, so all you have to do is just get the books, the paperback books, all the books, and you will not only get that, you'll get membership to the club, invitation to the academy, and the workshop, and your business fitness test to see how fit you are in your business. How many of you would like to know where you're unfit in your business, right? And you can improve upon that. So these are all and there's a lot of information, but there are 12 functions in business. I'll tell you those functions: marketing, operations, sales, training, innovation, hiring, technology, customer advocacy. I don't say customer service, customer advocacy. You need to advocate for your customer. You need to be their advocate, their voice back to the company. So you can build it for them, okay? Then financials and leadership. These are the 12 functions of business, whether you like it or not. Even if you're by yourself, you're wearing these hats. Whether you like it or not, you're doing it. So might as well plan properly, find where you're unfit, and make the next step, and make the 90-day. We convert those 90-day leaps into numbers, which has the biggest financial impact, and then we take action on that on the 90 days. A massive action. The one that has the biggest value becomes part of your 90-day leap. So this is what business owners lack. And many of you lack, maybe. Structure. How many of you guys hate structure? Be honest. How many of you hate structure? Systems, processes, right? That's the most important thing in business that actually helps you succeed. And that's the one thing you don't like. Right? So that's what I bring to the table. We have a 5x guarantee. There's nobody that does that. I guarantee that for every dollar you have invested, you will see a 5x return. 500% ROI, no matter what that is. If not, you have me for free until you see that. So that's the guarantee. So how do we get to your your 90-day leap? So first piece is your transformative vision. So we integrate your 3-year vision, 5-year vision, and 25-year vision. So when you're making that next step every week, it's integrated all the way 25 years into the future. You're not just chasing and going randomly. You're going with a mission. You'd rather go 1,000,000 miles in one direction than a mile in 1,000,000 directions, right? So that's the whole concept. Direction is another thing that's very important. How many of you would love to have proper direction in your business, right? So that's what this is. This is the question. If you want to take time to answer this and go over it, you will see that you will be able to transform this into the next step. You have that in your link, so I'll let it have you answer that later on when you go back and hit submit. The next step is capabilities. You want to make sure your capabilities are structured in a way where you become more capable and you reach to the next level. So improve your capabilities, you improve your business. So it's current. The most important thing is how or who. How many of you guys are stuck on how? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I? What's another word from how? Who. So when you're stuck on the how, get the who. It's right here. I'll tell you a quick story of Lufthansa. It was negative 1994, negative 40 million, and transformed into 400 million profitability in 1 year. How did it make that turnaround? They did 70 touch points to make raving fans. You need touch points with your customers. If you don't have enough touch points, you don't make them into raving fans. So the more touch points you create, I have a 25 touch point mandatory system that we built that will create raving fans in your business. So what does your blueprint consist of? Everything starts when you build something, you need a blueprint. You can't build a house without a blueprint. You can't build anything without a blueprint, right? You need a blueprint. So we build a blueprint for your business. The blueprint consists of 4 things: people, projects, time, and money. So you have people that's going to work on it, projects that we're going to work. Projects is what takes you to the next level. Your day-to-day minutia doesn't take you to the next level. You need to work on projects. A project is taking you to the next level. So that's in time and money. So those are the things that help you there. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Use your imagination. Everything in this world has happened because of imagination, right? A lot of things. So use your imagination. I had used my imagination. When one client asked me, Bimal, I can't afford you, that's too much money. And I said, let me see what I can do. Hi, get your uncle to pay for it. Would you then work with me? Yes, love to. All right, we got it. I figured it out. So imagination is more powerful than knowledge. So if you go in that questionnaire and once you hit submit, you will immediately get a customized structure and plan of what will help you get to the next level and achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year. And if you get the books, you get the workshop, the academy invitation, all of that, almost $5,000 value for just getting the books. So who has the first question? Come on. Anybody? Who has the first question? Go ahead. You want to take the mic?
No, touch points.
Touch points.
Can you go into touch points?
So touch points is when you touch your customers. For example, you met the customer first somewhere in a networking event, right? Or you met someone in a networking event. What happens next? Do you follow up? What is your follow-up system? Do you make a phone call? Do you send an email? Do you send a written, thank you card? Do you invite them to the next event? Do you follow with a phone call if they didn't respond to the first one? Do you send flowers? Do you send chocolates? Whatever. Those are touch points. Lufthansa created, when I talk about minus 40 million to plus 400 million, that's true, you can Google it. They created 75 touch points for their customers, that when they come in, welcome with this, do this, say this, do this. Those are all touch points that you create for your customers. That's what makes them raving fans. If you don't have those touch points, everybody know buyer's remorse, right? Okay. What happens when you pay money for something? What's the first thing you look for? When you buy something, you look for a response, right? I bought something, I invested, I wanted confirmation. If you didn't get anything, if you didn't get the confirmation, when you even place a small order, what happens? You get nervous. Did it actually go through? Is it going to come? So those are things that are important. Customers love communication. So communicate back to your customers. That's a great question. Yes?
With the cash flow, and it pays for knowledge, how do you apply that to the average person? So if you're speaking to the average person, how do you apply that to say, how do you use that? Do you say to the average person, do you teach them how to use their knowledge?
Absolutely.
Because everybody in this room have different knowledge. Do you teach everybody how to use their knowledge and to be
more successful?
Resourceful?
Yes.
And building cash flow?
Yes. So knowledge comes from many different reasons. But what the first thing I do, and that's a great question, I convert your knowledge into craft, into skills. How can you convert this knowledge into a result for your customer? How can we use your knowledge to give a great result for a customer that they would love to have? And once you convert, results equals money. When you get results and when you bring results for someone, I'm a results leader. I'm not a thought leader. Anybody can be a darn thought. I can have a thought and I can lead it and I'm a thought leader. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street can be a thought leader. But a results leader, you'll find very rare. I'm one of them. Go ahead. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'm sorry.
She needs it.
I'm sorry, I'm coming. I like doing this. That way I get to say hi to everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hi, good morning. 2 questions. My first question is, on your program, do you guys help source out, for example, vendors to help entrepreneurs within
Yes.
the business? And then my second question is, how do you trust these vendors that could actually be reliable? How do you pick within a bunch and choose the right ones to use for a long period of time for your business?
Great question. So number one, I'll tell you a true story. So this is a power technology company that I've been working with. They had spent $180,000 on hotels, because they have a lot of those workers, blue collar workers, they go and stay everywhere. So I got them down to their hotel rates and negotiated that and found vendors for them to only $37,000. So that's $150,000 savings. So we have a system where we first, go the profile, background check, everything, resources, references, all of that. So make sure that these are viable and dependable vendors. Okay. Once we get these dependable vendors, we then negotiate contracts. So we go into contract negotiation for our clients. The clients don't have to do that because many times they don't have the time and they forget it and they don't negotiate properly. They don't have the negotiation techniques and style. I mean, I come from a country where everybody does negotiate. Yeah. So that's what was your second question? Sorry.
Like, how do you kind of like out of like a bunch just kind of stick with like the reliable
So
ones?
dependability. So dependability is deliverable of results and communication. So we let them know ahead of time that if we don't get this by this time and this date, you'll be out of the contract by this date.
Okay, so you suggesting that you build contracts with these vendors just to guarantee that you're gonna get quality of like
Absolutely,
service?
absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
What's the next question? Last question.
I'm coming. No, it's my job to come on over here. That's a good one. Let's stop playing.
How big does your business need to be to qualify for the grants?
So anybody can qualify as a business. There are three types of grants right now. Basic three types of grants. The first grant is pandemic-related grants. So if you had business during the pandemic, you had even one W-2 employee, you can get $26,000 or more. If you 5, you could get $130,000. All of that. So there are still some pandemic-related grants. The second is growth grants, training grants. Again, if everything in the state, what they look for is job growth, right? That's how the state gets the money from the Fed. So they need to show jobs and job numbers. So if we can show W-2 employees, or even if you can create now, we can get up to like $3,500 per employee, up to $700,000. Okay, so that's the state grants and different, growth grants. The third is innovation, research grants, technology grants, small business grants that are for manufacturing and distribution. So if you're manufacturing, you have a prototype, you have a structure, and you want to do research, or there's research and innovation grants, up to 1.8 million. You don't have to have employees, but you need to have a system for manufacturing and distribution in the United States, not overseas. And the last piece is bids. Okay, so you bid. We do RFPs, and everybody familiar with RFPs? Requests for proposals, bids, all that. All right, so we help you write those, we structure those so you can win bids and get those as a grant. But you need to demonstrate financial capabilities to do so.
And how does the payback work?
So in the last one, when you have to demonstrate financial capabilities and bids, you have a capability statement, okay, that you prepare first, and you have that and you show that. Yeah, so then once you do that, then you have a structure on the bid, what your deliverables are going to show. They even ask for bond, you have to have a bond and all that, so that show that you're going to deliver the results. In case you fail to do so, they can get that money, because the government doesn't like to do anything without a guarantee or confirmation that their job is going to be done. Plus, they want you to spend first before you get paid from them. So it's not like you will get the check and go spend. It's the other way around. So you have to be financially capable to do the job first with your team and the people and the labor and the materials and source materials, and then get paid back.
So what if you're in an early stage, if you don't have a team yet?
That's where we held up the Pioneers Academy, the startup and all of that, where you get startup and running, you don't have any money, you're trying to grow. We have a whole training system to get you startup and running. All right, make sense? You guys like it?
Yeah.
Great. So everybody, make sure you send the submit button on that link, because as soon as you do that, you will get a customized 90-day plan and come back and get the books, and you register for the workshop in the academy. The music is on, which means I need to get up. All right, thank you all.
Awesome. How many of us are liking this so far?
No, since Eric took my job this morning,